Hey, what's up, peeps? Y de lo mío. Sit here down and take a seat. Que lo que sientate.
Oh, he got the
Lawrence and beyond. What's going on?
What's
On this
going
episode,
on?
hosted like always, Majimbe, and also hosting with me, Hidai. Woo!
What's up?
And today we got a special guest.
Yes, sir.
And one of my first supporters of the podcast has always
Yeah.
held it down supporting us. Jason Martinez. Yo, what's good,
What's
brother?
up, bro? What's up, man?
Sheesh, I gotta give you that.
Thank you for having me, bro. It's been a minute,
Oh, man, brother. Like, I'm so happy you're here with us. And, like, and briefly, tell them a little bit about yourself, man.
Yeah, man. I'm from here originally. I grew up here until I was about like 12 years old, you know. And then at that point, my parents, they saved up some money and, you know, like just having that mindset, you know, how immigrants are and minorities, they're like, yo, we need to move out of the inner city and we want to go bring you to a better school system or whatever, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And like,
Yeah.
I'm not saying, you know, they just felt that at the moment. And so we moved. We moved to, I moved to Salem, New Hampshire, and I was like about 12. I've been there since. I'm just here, man. I'm a guy. I'm a Dominican dude from around the way.
Let's
and
go.
I like to act on the side, man.
That's what's up.
That's it, yeah.
So New Hampshire doesn't pay for car insurance. How much money you have?
Come
they
on,
get
guys.
you another stuff, bro. They get you another stuff.
Like it's property taxes,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. They
Sure.
run it up for sure.
And Jason, tell me about this movie you were in, bro. There's so
Yes,
much to
please.
discuss about that, man.
Yeah, how
Yeah.
did this whole Netflix thing happen, real quick?
Okay, yeah. You want the story? All right, I'll tell you about it. I started off I've always had a passion for acting
Mhm.
since I was a little boy. I actually when I was like 8 years old, I told my parents, I was like, yo, I want to be an actor. That's all I want to be in life. And like good parents, they found a drama class. They put me in it, and I was the only boy in the class. First off,
Wow.
and I'm
How
the
was that
only-
like?
It was wild.
Was it
like-
weird?
it was very weird.
Okay.
And I was the only. I'm a minority. They're all
Right.
little like little rich white girls that are
Right.
ballerinas and dancers.
I can't imagine the parents.
Bro,
So they
and
perceived
I'm
you
over
like
here-
a certain way, kind
No,
of?
they
You feel like-
didn't. No, the community, they embraced the shit out of me.
Okay.
They
cool.
really did.
I was wrong. Yeah,
No, they
okay.
embraced me. I was the one that I was kind of like an introvert. I was like, whoa, this is
interesting.
different.
Yeah,
You're
just
the one who
love.
felt-
Just-
you're the one who
yeah,
felt some
just
type of
love.
way.
It was weird, yeah.
Right.
So, but nah, I did that for a little bit. I did a few plays as a little kid. I don't remember shit. I was mad young. But I stopped that, and I got into sports, you know, like every other person around here. I started playing baseball when I was young, and then I ended up finding football. I played that, and I went through high school and played football. I ended up going to college for it. I played at the University of New Hampshire, a small D1 school, but... So and this is a long story, but this is going into the Netflix thing. So I
Right.
stopped playing ball my sophomore year. And I ended up, I was just in a weird space where I was just kind of trying to find myself because
Okay.
I was so used to, you know, the sports and
Training
all that.
and going to
Exactly.
this.
Yeah.
And why you stopped though?
It
What do
was,
you, like,
yeah, for sure. So I was a running back my whole career in high school and everything. I never played defense. And it's all good. We keep it moving. I felt
Anyways.
someone like, yo, she tapping me.
Jesus.
But nah, don't worry about it. So
running back, I hate him ever since.
I'm just gonna leave it at that before I'm gonna find it.
Leave
Anyways.
leave it. But yeah, so I was a running back in high school, and I got recruited. I got a few offers for a few D2 schools, some small D1s, but UNH was my dream school.
Yeah.
You know, so I was like, yo, and I went over there as a preferred walk-on, which means you were heavily recruited, but you just didn't end up getting a scholarship, but they believe in you to come in and earn your scholarship, you know?
Okay.
And I took that risk. I'm
But
like,
if
yo,
you earn it, you get it, right?
yeah,
Okay,
if you earn it,
okay,
you get it.
'cause,
Yeah,
like-
it's all fair.
Okay.
So I went in, and my first day, I get there, and my parents are excited. They're dropping me off, and they tell me, yeah, meet the new strong safety, Jason Martinez. They say that to another kid. And my
The
parents are
new
looking at
strong
me.
Safety.
I'm like, safety? What? Me? He's like, yeah, we move you to defense. I was like, okay, yeah, let's do this. And I was mad as hell, but I kept it cool. I played a little bit, but I was just tired of it, man. I wasn't happy from the start. Like, it was a fun experience. I learned so much. I learned how to be a man. I made a lot of great friendships.
Yeah.
But it just wasn't for me anymore. And
I play football too, man.
yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like
When did you play football? I didn't even know that.
oh, yo, for a very short time, by the way. It was probably for 2 years at most. I think I stopped the sophomore year.
Damn, in
I
high
feel like
school you
every
played.
guy-
Yeah. It was.
Oh,
you know, there
what
was,
do you play though? What
Vogue.
position?
Yo, but to start this, I remember I first tried. Yo, Sarkis hated me, man. Only in the
That's the
offense.
coach
In the
over there?
defenses, yeah. At that time, in the defense, he loved me. But at first, I started as an offense, bro. I had the speed. I could do the play.
Yeah.
Boom, can't catch the ball. I'm like, yo, what is good with these butterfingers? But no homo, like touch my hands, bro. They're just extremely soft.
Nah, yeah, man, you got some. Your hands are too smooth.
It's too smooth,
You
bro.
need to get put some work or something. You know.
It's like I put my head over a fire.
I
And
can't
shit.
with Brian right now.
So it's like.
Now you got the clack massage.
Yeah.
Now he's brand new and
He's
shit.
feeling it.
Yo, shout out
to Clack.
Shout out to Clack Clack. She did a facial. She put me beautiful.
He
Hey,
thinks he's
shout
brand
out,
new
shout
right
out.
now,
I'm
so I
glowing.
don't know what's going
I'm
on.
glowing right now. You know what I mean?
Anyway,
So,
what was I gonna say? So
so-
how did the Netflix thing happen?
Yeah, so I was getting it. I was getting it.
I'm trying to revert it back, Brian.
We having a conversation. I like that though. I want to hear more. We'll get back to it. But I'll tell you.
go ahead.
I'm trying.
So yeah, so
It's
once
great. It's great. I like it.
love
I like it.
Bring it back. So once I stopped playing football, I was trying to figure out what I really was passionate about and who I was, you know, because that was just my identity. I was a football guy, and I was always super passionate about movies, storytelling, actors. I would research so much and I was obsessed with it, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do it. So I just went on a limb. I went and I studied abroad randomly. None of my boys believed me or nothing. They're like, yo, what? You're going to London? I was like, I'm doing it. I went to London. I took an acting class over there.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I was telling you, I feel like sometimes London like changes people for some fucking reason. But anyways,
it's
like
that
you were
city,
saying,
that city is amazing. Have you guys been?
I've never, but I would love to go there. That's like a bucket
gotta
list
go.
for me.
That's in the list too, man.
It's like my favorite place in the world, man.
Why is
Guaranteed.
that?
It's just culturally diverse. It's like, and I love New York. I'm not knocking it. No, I love that city. Like I want to move there.
Yeah.
But it's like a more improved New York. It's like a New York with like more historical background, prettier architecture, more culturally diverse people.
Damn, more diverse people in New York.
Bro. It is, man. It is.
Like, where's my mind's gonna blow up?
It's wild. You would be surprised.
Yeah.
And then the accents are just cooler.
The
you know?
dark skins,
Yeah,
like,
the accents are bad.
dark
Yeah.
skins with like British accents is like it's
Oh,
pretty dope.
God.
It's very cool. You know, it talk like this.
The accents
Anyways.
are fire. The accents are fire. So now, yeah, I went to study abroad. I started acting over there. I just got hella inspired. I was just in, going to plays and watching theater.
You're like, I want to be an actor.
Yeah,
You
that
wanted to
was
be
it.
an actor suddenly.
That was it.
Okay.
Yeah. And then
That's cool.
so when I got back, and I got very good advice, like or just motivating advice from my teacher over there.
Oh, you got a teacher down there?
I had a teacher when I was over there, just helping me out with the acting and stuff, and she told me, she said, hey, you have a really good energy for this, and you bring yourself to everything you've been doing. I throw stuff at you and you pick it up well. Like, you should look into it if you're interested. I was like, you know what? Yeah, I actually am. I hit up my school when I got back, my senior year. I took a whole bunch of theater classes. I was basically a theater major.
Dude, you invested in this
Yeah,
shit, man.
yeah,
Like, this
yeah.
is
But you
dope.
decided to just kind of like switch it up.
I did, yeah, completely. And
Yeah.
I did that, and I was taking private lessons in Boston 3 days a week while I was going to school in Durham, New Hampshire, traveling back and forth.
Yeah.
I was super committed for a year and a few months. I was just like laser focused, and then I graduated in 2018, and then I go to work for a regular corporate 9 to 5. I was a recruiter for a staffing agency, right?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, there was
Because I want to hear this Netflix story.
last year I was unemployed. I was unemployed like for
Netflix.
6 or 7 months last year. A lot of people didn't notice, but I was unemployed for 6 or 7 months, and like unemployment was drying out, and I'm like, I think it's time to get a job again. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, I was trying to get a job, but I couldn't find what it was worth, what it was worth, I'm a certain price.
Yeah.
Finally found a gig. I'm talking to this agent, and I'm like, oh, but we're talking back from, I'm like, oh, this voice is mad familiar, but let me just continue talking to this person. I'm talking to, shout out to Aerotech, by the way.
Hey.
I'm talking to a staffing agency.
I'm not there no more.
And like, yeah, he's not there no more.
Nope.
And I hear this guy, oh yeah, thank you very much, and my name is, Jason Martinez. I'm like, okay, cool, bye. And I'm like, all right, whatever. He's emailing me and stuff like that. Back and forth how things was. A brother from the hood isn't gonna be this punctual. You know what I mean? So then I'm like, all right, that brought me back a couple steps. I didn't think it was this.
He's like, all right, word.
But then, long story short, you have to go inside the staffing agency. We went there, the interview, so for me to see him. Then I finally saw him. We were like,
yo,
because me and Jay, I knew Jason prior. I met him through one mic. I met him through
Jeff and Jason.
Play and Go from Miami and
Shout
stuff
out
like
to
that.
my boys,
Shoutouts. Yo, and Jason the Prince, you know, his latest shit is
New
fire.
EP, new EP
check it out, by the way.
Yo, check
Soup.
that out. For
Little
real,
segue in there. Little
Yeah,
promotion in there.
I love it. Yeah, for real.
So it's like, you know, we were just shocked. I'm like, what, you working? He's like, yeah. I'm like, what? Mind you, like we were talking about the music video, how like a couple months like that, we were doing a music video with one mic that had him out here. You
Shout
guys
out to One Mic,
shout out to One Mic too.
Yeah.
You know, so that was kind of crazy, you know. So yeah, back.
Okay, yeah. So
you working
back to
at that
working
agency.
there. While all that was going on, my boss, great dude, Justin Gostigan, another shout out. He was actually a child actor.
Oh, there we go.
Crazy.
That was the key.
Yeah, like he used to do.
That was the major key.
He did a.
He's like Shawty Temple's
yeah,
type of level.
he did a Go-Gurt commercial. And all
Okay.
that. So he
learned something from him.
He actually hired me because during my interviewing process, I told him, you know, I do theater on the side. I'm an aspiring actor, and he loved that. And his sister worked for Boston Casting. She still does. Brooke Gostigan, that girl, she put me on. Without her, I wouldn't be here. So she actually told him, she knew about me from him. Like, he's going home, he's telling his little sister, oh, I got a kid that's working for me. He's an actor, whatever. And she's like, oh, word, like, we're actually looking. We have a movie that's filming in Boston, a Mark Wahlberg movie, and we're looking for
shout out to
Mark Wahlberg.
Even Majimbe excited too, not just me.
Nah, he's the man.
Fucking Boston.
Fucking Boston.
Boston kid.
Wait, what did he tell you? Real quick.
Yeah. Mark Wahlberg.
Real quick.
So this is a funny story.
And then we're gonna resort back to what you were saying and how you got into Netflix.
So Mark Wahlberg, y'all know he's from the hood. He's from Dorchester. So don't get it twisted. He's hood. He's real. And, and I'm chilling.
I can see those movies.
He got it. He got it.
Yeah. He got his shit.
He's on it. And the first day on set, like for a certain scene that we were filming, this was our first scene. We're all filming with Mark Wahlberg, me and my co-stars, and we're like, yo, like Mark is coming in, like Pete, he just pulled up in his car. I wear like this is pretty cool. There's a lot of us like, you know what I'm saying?
Niggas are trying not to shake. Play it cool.
I can't.
Play cool. And he walks in, whatever, he's dapping everybody up, mad love. And we're about to go. We're getting ready to quiet down. Everybody's separating. We're gonna shoot the scene. And like I'm just chilling, and so I'm just chilling talking to my boy, and I feel a tap on my shoulder. The fuck! I turn around, and it's Mark Wahlberg. But at this point, I hadn't like introduced myself.
Yeah.
He just comes up to me. He's like, oh, yo, what's up? How you boys doing? I'm like, yo, what's up? What's your name, bro? I'm like, oh, I'm Jason. He's like,
I'm trying to like encourage y'all and shit. You know what I'm saying? Encourage y'all.
He's a great dude.
Nah, you know, he has to encourage people on the set. I feel like
because he's a star.
But I bet he put his body to see where you from. So that's what me.
Of course.
I know. So he pulls up and he's like, yo. I was like, oh, Jason, where you from, Jason? Because, you know, I'm originally from Lawrence, Mass, but I live in New Hampshire now. He's like, oh, Lawrence, they let dudes like you around here? I'm like, yo, bro. I'm like, yo, you're from Dorchester, man. I know it.
He was probably shocked, you know
he
that.
He started dying laughing.
Yeah, he
fucking you're right, word, you're right.
I like that.
He's real. He's a real
Yeah, he's bad cool,
I
man.
feel like he's down to earth.
He is. He's a really good dude. He was praying all the time. He's always praying. He's just showing mad love. Like, this dude was, like, before he would get in his car, if he see us walking back to our trailers, he stopped, tell his driver to wait, walk up to us, dap us up, say, God bless you, great job today, hug us. Say, yo, I'll see you tomorrow, man. Let's bring this up.
God damn.
Yo, I'm telling you.
I mean, I can't wait for work tomorrow.
But one of my dreams is to actually meet him. I feel like I can make it happen. I feel like I'm close to making it happen, you know?
I mean, you're wearing green.
If I just, you know, hang around the same, like, peripheral, I could maybe get a picture or something.
See if I
That's
can
all
put you on
I
with
want. That's all I want. You know what I mean?
I'll
Quick
see.
Anyways.
But yeah. So now that's how it was. Like, my like I said, my manager at my job, his sister was like, oh, we just looking for a young Latino kid for
I'm
a
sorry,
background
excuse me,
role.
but like I meant to close this window.
Dale, bro.
Like,
go ahead.
Yeah,
It's cold.
I'm sorry.
My ankles are frozen.
Yeah,
right
it's like I'm like, fuck. When do I do this? But fuck it.
I was like, why am I coughing? I'm like, oh, Jesus.
That should make it a little better.
Okay.
Facts, it is. It's
Continue,
already
brother.
better. But
Already?
yeah.
Seriously.
But nah, so my manager, his younger sister, worked at Boston Casting. She was looking for a young Latino for a background role, mind you. And I'm like, word, yeah, I'll do whatever. I don't got any experience. I just did theater in college, you know.
Yeah.
And I did a few local plays too. I gotta give a shout out to my boy Dan, owner of 7 Stages Shakespeare. It's a company, runs out of New York and New Hampshire. He put me on in my first few plays. He was awesome. Shout out to him.
Word.
But yeah, so I'd only done, you know, theater, Shakespeare, a few little things. And my boy's like, yo, you should do it, whatever. I'm cool with it. And his sister found out that I trained. I was training to be an actor, and I had a passion. Yeah. So she's like, yo, I'm gonna get you an audition. Are you willing to do it? I'm like, word, put me on. I'm with it. I'm ready. And I went, and I'm telling you, I worked my ass off for this.
But that means she really meant it, because most people don't get an audition for a couple more years.
I was telling him, I know a lot of people who've been doing acting for a long time, and they've, like, to have, like, even just a small clip in Netflix is, like, a huge deal, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So how was filming that, like, in particular? So that day, like, when you filmed that,
I filmed for 2 months.
Because it's actually...
Yeah.
Oh, 2 months?
I filmed for 2 months. Yeah,
time.
Yeah, I mean, I was in 3 like really pivotal scenes to the story of the movie. Yeah. I got a name and everything. My name's Primera in the movie. Shout out.
The IMDb. You got the IMDb. What is it? IMDb. Yes, I'm even. Yeah.
It's official. Look me up. But it was literally like I was in Cloud 9. Like I would just.
That's dope.
It was insane. Dope. It was insane. Yeah.
That'd be amazing. Like to have, you know.
It's like the best feeling ever, and I'm just building off of it. I'm hungry now.
Because you'll always have that. Yeah. That's something that you can show, you know, your kids, your grandkids.
And the people that put you on, they're satisfied with your work in this movie?
Listen, yes, man. Let me tell you this. So she got me the audition. I go in, I kill it. I do my thing. Yeah. I walked out, I'm not even lying, and I'm not the type of person, I'm like very, like, I'm a soft-spoken dude. I'm not... Like, I'm confident, but I'm quiet. I'm humble.
Right.
And I left. I called my boy. I'm like, yo, bro, I'm telling you, I got it. He's like, word, we'll see.
That, Jason saying that?
Yeah, I'm telling you. I left, and it was like the room was, I felt the vibe. Like, and then and they hit him up. His sister like texted him, said, yo, these people are going crazy. He's going to get it. And it took a few weeks, and then I got a call from Netflix, confirming my info, whatever. Told me, yo, you're going to work in a 2-month span. You're going to be filming these days. This is how much you're going to get paid. This is what you're going to do. This is your name in the movie.
That's amazing.
A blessing.
That's awesome.
And she still helps me out.
And she still helps you out?
She gets me on this. She's like an agent that I...
Yeah, just keep going. Like keep going at it. Because
that connection alive. Shout outs to her.
Right, that's something you can show everybody that I think is amazing.
Yeah, so that's a Netflix story right there.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's how I got there. Yeah.
What do you think sets you apart from like everybody else as an actor? What do you have that's, you know, a little different? What do you have to bring to the table? Because there's tons of actors, there's tons of people trying to. If you had to pick something that's like, you know, picks you apart, you know, because everybody's different. I feel like in their own way. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I would say that was a great question, by the way. I would say just like the hard work and just like I kind of try and bring myself to every role or whatever I'm doing, whether it's a play, a movie, whatever I'm doing. I try and bring my own personality and energy to it.
Okay.
So that's kind of my niche. That's my thing.
That's
like
I go
in with my charisma, my whatever, and I'll add the twist to whatever the characters is. But I'm kind of like...
Being yourself at the same time?
At the same time.
Right.
And sometimes that's frowned upon, but...
Yes, exactly.
Because it's like, you should premeditate on what you're going to do. Don't live in the moment.
But it helps you. It helps you bring out the character much more.
I connect my personal life with...
whatever's going on.
Yeah. So you go at it as like, this is me.
This is me.
And I'm not going to pretend that... Because this is what happens to some other people that are aspiring to be actors.
Yeah.
I feel that they have their hero and they're trying to be like their hero. Yeah. They start acting like them. They're trying to they hear how they are on set. They're trying to be like that on set. Yeah. They're coming in with a plan, premeditated. You're not being yourself. Like, no, you know what's so pure? Somebody who's coming there in the moment with the pureness.
Don't you think like those are like the best actors, like low key?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like the ones that kind of like act the same, like on and off camera, and you're just like, yo, you're real similar to what you are, like on camera. Yeah. Those are the best actors.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You're like, wow, you're kind of like yourself.
Yeah, and I believe that. I just like seeing things that like I can relate to. Now, don't worry about it. I don't know. I just like seeing people like bring out a personality or whatever it is. That's something that people could connect to.
Right.
But I'm not gonna lie though. Like actors that are just normal and they could play like a crazy guy. I like that too.
No, listen.
That's like a different type of level, right?
Yeah.
But I heard like sometimes they have to like take that whole scene on like throughout their day. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, listen,
they're crazy that day.
Yeah, like the Joker, the Joker and certain actors, like they legit, they get so into the character, that it affects them in their like everyday lives and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
It's intense.
It's almost like they have to kind of like
Yeah.
act as if like they're in that mindset.
Yeah.
So
How you gonna get great at
Very
it? You need
true.
to step deeper into the
Jesus
role.
Christ. Wild.
How
Wild
deep
shit.
it
It's
is.
literally no, because I took like the class that I was taking was a method acting class, and like it was really hard because I'm like I said I'm myself and everything. I'm like, yo, this is so tough.
It is making you be somebody else.
But it's just like this is what they say, like living in living truthfully in imaginary circumstances. That's what you got to do. So whatever it is that whoever you are, whatever. Like I know acting is all fun and games. It's a cool thing. Like you're just fucking around.
Like a sport.
Yeah, but like if you really want to get deep into it and you want to be really great and whatever, that's what you got to do. You got to take whatever it is that they put on the table.
Take that on.
Yo, you're a cracker. You're a crazy whatever. Yo,
Like
I'm gonna live that. I'm gonna be that. I'm
you
gonna
gotta study that shit.
as this, and I'm gonna take it serious. I'm gonna respect it, and I'm gonna do
Right.
it. And that's a whole nother level. And
Yeah.
I'm trying to get there eventually, but. You know, I know myself.
You got,
I'll be
I
there
feel like
one
you
day.
gotta learn how to kind of like separate the
like
two.
I'm
a little
rooting
bit,
for you,
too.
brother. I'm rooting for you, brother,
Yeah.
because
I
like,
appreciate it.
and like I have like a very strong backing and love for it, man. Because when I first started this podcast, yo, Jason Martinez, literally, bro, like would blow up my shit. I'm like, who is this guy? I feel like this guy was a star. I'm like, I don't know who this kid is. He has mad followers.
Yeah.
Everybody loves him. Like I just don't know. Maybe one day I'll see him. And you know, there was an episode that I had probably his audio form with Jason the Prince, and you came with him. I was like, oh my! I even bowed, yo, because this guy's like my number one supporter throughout, like through a very long time,
bro.
man.
It's been love.
Hell yeah, man.
From the start, because to be honest, I'll tell you this story, man. Like, and that time, this was like 2 years ago, probably, it was probably like 2 years
2
ago,
or
maybe
3.
even more, or 3. Yeah. That's when podcasts just became a popular thing.
Right.
In the hood. Because prior to that,
Around
podcast
here.
been around for a little minute.
Exactly.
Yeah. Around this area.
No disrespect. Yeah. It was just in this area. And so I had no idea what the fuck it was, what a podcast was. Excuse my language. But now, like, I'm just chilling. I'm scrolling. I'm like, yo, a podcast. Someone from Lawrence. Word. I don't know him, but where he's interviewing Armani, Wiz Dakota. Like, those are people that, like, Armani's my guy. Shout out to Armani.
Shoutouts.
He's a cool dude. And I saw you interviewed him, and it was funny as hell. And then I liked the energy, and I was like, yo, this is a podcast. Is cool.
I watched that. It
Yo,
was
Jason, I have to say something real quick. Yo, I was getting...
Shout out to Armani.
Shout out to Armani, though.
Before I say shout outs to Armani, even though I said it right now, like... I was in getting that clap facial, you know what I mean?
Oh,
and
another
shout out, right? And like he came through, I had shit in my face. I gave him dabs with my eyes closed, and after my facial was done, he was not around. So basically, I just heard this nigga, but never saw him.
Yo, I saw you laying down on that table, and I was like, look at my Majimbe just taking it all in, like always.
Yo,
he's like, fuck it, I'm gonna try everything.
Armani pulled up, and I had my eyes closed. I'm like, yo, what's up, buddy? Yo, what's up, buddy? By the time I was done, he wasn't around. It was hilarious.
This man's a
fucking
Like, that was funny. It was some funny shit.
But nah, man, I saw that. I saw you were doing your thing, and like it's people I know or heard of.
Yeah.
I was interested. I started listening. You were I'm not even lying. I knew about the Joe Rogan podcast. I was probably the most famous one at the time, but I never listened to it.
Right.
So you were probably the first podcast I listened to. Shout out to Joe Rogan too.
Shout outs to Joe Rogan, my God.
My God.
He's coming to Boston.
Yeah.
Just FYI.
Nah, he's.
Yeah, me and my guys were going. We're going.
Are you going?
Yes.
I want to go.
You want to
When
go?
is it? What's
Yes,
the date?
I'm
What's his
down.
date?
Okay.
I'll fucking find you guys.
October something.
Bro,
It's October something. October
That's
17.
deep. That's
October
deep.
13 is gonna be in Boston.
All right,
At least I know the month,
Anyways.
bro. I'm helping you guys out. Damn,
That's a long time, bro.
I'm gonna show up.
But nah, yeah. So I heard your stuff, bro, and I was a fan, man. I love the energy, and it was love from there. You know.
Yo, like, and I really appreciate that, man, because it was prominent. It was prominent. And it's just like, it's like. A lot of your support really helping me along the way.
Yeah, man.
Because you were the type of person, you were always punctual, and I feel like you were always humble. Even though everybody has certain type of
You're a
adversity.
punctual dude?
I am.
I like that.
I was
You know what I
here
mean?
on time. You know what I mean?
You know, it's like
We like that sometimes. Our culture kind of like, you know what I mean?
no.
No shade, but
No shade, you know.
But shade.
Every culture got shit they gotta work on and
I'll
shit.
admit, listen, to certain things, I'm hella
That's
punctual.
classy.
But on my regular,
I like that.
but on my regular day to day,
If I'm gonna be late, I tell Majimbe. I'm like,
late.
I'm 5 minutes. I'm over here, blah blah blah, because I don't like people, having
Nah,
that
I
perception
feel
of
you.
me. I try to try my best to reach out and shit as I can.
But we're Spanish too, so there's always that nerve in our abilities.
I'm pulling up 30 minutes late and that's on time.
Yeah, it's like minus 100 towards time absorption, comprehension and shit.
We can't. I'm bad with it. I'm cool with y'all. Like I came on time because I respect y'all, but I'm never on time. Never.
Come on, guys, let's get it. You gotta get with it.
Yo, Jason, who's your barber? Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Yo, shout out to my boy.
Brian's like looking at his
That's fire, nigga. I was like,
yo, shout out to my boy, bro. He's been my barber since I was like 14 years old, for real.
Bro, me 16 with the same barber, so it's like I don't want to cheat, but at the same time, you know what I mean?
So shout out to Cuquito's Barbershop on Havel Street. That's my guy. He was my child barber. Cuquito.
Acabando. Shout out to Don Rosario.
Hey. And then, one of the barbers in there, Anthony's my barber. Yeah, man. It's love, bro. I appreciate it.
Shout outs to that. That's just Brad. He hooked you up. He hooked you up, bro. He hooked you up.
Good job, man.
Shit, man. Like, that real quick.
Staring at my shit.
Because you got some like back shit, but with some front shit, I'm like, oh, I never thought about that.
It's just a little.
He's an actor. Ready? You ready?
I mean,
you gotta have a little something, man.
Yeah, and like so.
He's ready for the role.
So it's like during the acting stuff. Right now, you're just looking for more roles. Or was the move, or you got more training to do? Like, what's?
So man, you hit it right on the head. So I work a 9 to 5, man. I gotta pay my bills, I gotta pay student loans and all that. So I'm working a job Monday through Friday, 7 to 5. But on top of that, like I said, I do because acting is a weird thing, man. Like obviously you gotta take classes and certain things, but it comes to a certain point where to build on your skills, you kind of gotta just like do a lot of research and honestly study people and study the way people live and people in different circumstances, the way they do little things, the way they just react to certain things, the way they feel, like the way they look when they're dealing with emotions. I just observe people
facial
and I just
expressions.
It's that simple. I just study people. I take I do little things like there's a co-star, that I did. Shout out to James Dumar. He comes to Boston every once in a while and he works a lot. He made a ton of money and he helps our local actors and we get together and we work on our stuff and I'm auditioning.
That's cool. I want to audition for some stuff.
Yo, listen, I'm telling you, I'm not even lying.
Go.
You should. Acting is
robot.
Nah, do it.
I can play anything.
What you auditioning for?
Don't smoke. I'm sorry.
I'm already in Boston. I'm already in Boston anyway, so I'm like, yo, if there's some shit that pops up like around 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock when I'm in the city anyway, why not?
Yo,
sometimes you know what I'm saying? Like
sometimes it's off a look or the way your ethnicity or whatever, and you rock with it. You can go in and you can mess on it.
I'll try it
but
out.
You gotta practice though. I don't want you to just go in on some.
I have a lot going on, so
Also, movie industries know that Lawrence is cheap. Many people have done movies in our city. Keep it coming.
Yes, sir.
It helps us all. It helps us from elevating from this situation that we're in.
It does.
We're tired of being a sanctuary state.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a town.
Facts.
Whatever.
Yeah.
There you go.
And we just got a bad rep.
You're
for no
absolutely
reason,
right.
You know? For no reason. It's a beautiful city.
It's a
beautiful people, beautiful culture.
Beautiful people.
Great culture, man.
Yeah.
Like probably
a lot of
most
people that come
spots.
outside of Lawrence always tell me that the people here are very nice, very warm, very caring, and
I mean, there's both sides, but there's more good than
definitely.
bad.
I mean, if you were born and raised here, it's a different type of relationship with the city. But
But there's always that type of crowd that is always like, oh, Lawrence.
Yeah, man.
Oh no, yeah,
You're from Lawrence.
Lawrence, really?
Like, and they get shocked at how I move and how I am. Like, it didn't be a surprise. You're from Lawrence.
Like, what is that? That's a surprise.
But I feel honestly, it's because more recently, a lot of people have been doing much, better things in the city, and I feel like there's a lot of people who are taking, the initiative to, make a good name for the city too. Though
very
a
true.
lot of younger people.
Is that the kids that
listen, including y'all? Y'all are doing a great job.
I really appreciate it, man.
Thank you.
Y'all
You
are
too.
killing it.
You too.
No, I'm
Because you know what?
A lot of people in Lawrence, creatives just in general, do a lot of good things, even if they're here or not even living here anymore.
Yeah.
They've given a good name or just talk positive about the city in general, which I think is very important.
It's very true.
And I commend y'all, honestly, too.
Thank you.
Nah, yourself, but thank you.
And there's a lot of key players that And one of the main factors I think it is because our our age, see our age group.
Right.
We saw a lot of the BS that kept on going. Now we're starting to hit life in a certain age where we're influencing the culture, and that we were tired
because
of.
we're the ones now at the spot that we can do things that is gonna move things in another direction and influence other people to go move another way, and it's good.
And I understand some of the older folks be like, "Oh, you guys feel entitled, millennials or whatever, millennials, whatever the fuck." Blah, blah. It's not that. It's like, we're playing these positions. Everyone had passion, and we really want to work harder. Whether it's right like sometimes it could be wrong, but we can learn from it. Yeah. But like we need to be passionate about our positions, and we need to showcase them on wherever we can. People need to know there's actually pieces here. It's not like I'm a librarian. It's like, no, I'm a librarian. This is what I do for the community. You guys should read this and that. It's like everybody's important.
They gotta respect it. They gotta respect it both ways. Yeah. You know what I mean?
And it's because, like, our parents, most of us are first generation or were born over there.
I talk about this a lot.
So because of that, our parents, they couldn't afford to have a dream. They're like, oh, I want to be an actor.
Right.
I want to be an artist. Here. I want to have
We're already here. So we got to take on a different perspective.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
It's different times. We have the luxury.
Right.
We're actually blessed in the fact that we have the ability to decide to do what we want to do.
We've had some time here, so we've, gathered up information.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Yeah. They came from, like, totally different information and then tried to...
You know what scared me? The ones that were born into the internet. Like... Because I
was born. We played outside. We did what we got done.
But we saw the world change. You know we're the best at adapting. You understand? Like whoever was born around.
It's just gonna be different from us. That's all it's gonna be. They're gonna have what they have to contribute, but also we're not gonna necessarily see things the way they do. But that's how it is. It's gonna evolve.
It's the same gap that we have with the generation before us. The same thing.
Like people just like I feel like. I feel like from 1985 to 1998. Yeah. I feel between that, if you were born in that year, you saw the most change in the world. Let me start you off. First, I remember I was a little boy out of nowhere. My dad had a beeper. I'm like, what the hell? My dad had a beeper. I'm like, this nigga's so cool. What is that? He has a fucking little beeper. He's like, but I gotta go. I was never around here about your life, but this time, I was looking at my beeper. I gotta go. You didn't tell me that.
That's deep.
My daughter likes to do this thing where she likes to see which generations actually relate to each other the most.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Yeah, she'll take like which generation had like were more like outspoken about certain ideas, and which generations kind of like were more quiet about certain things, and just she likes to read about how different generations actually like related.
Wow.
Which I think is super interesting because we actually have very similar views to people who were born like, years before us or hundreds of years before us. Yeah. We think the same, but it changes and it evolves every single time.
But when it comes to technology, us in this room right now, the age we're born in, we can adapt to anything. Because check this out. All right, so it was beeper. After beeper, boom, boom, out of nowhere, we start getting AOL CDs. Out of nowhere, my mother's pissed off that I'm using the phone line to get to the internet. You know what I mean? It's like I used to use the phone and I didn't have to type in area code.
Right.
It was just the phone number.
Yeah,
it was just a phone number. Out of nowhere, we had to type an area code. All right, I guess I'll adapt to that. What is it, 978?
Yeah.
Okay, boom. I guess I'll type an area code. We didn't have that. Yeah. Boom. You keep going forward. Out of nowhere, there's DSL. After that, after DSL, now your parents could be on the phone and you could be on the internet. You know what I mean? That was something different. And AOL was dying down, whatever. And out of nowhere, you had phones that lit up. I don't know where BlackBerry was popping. I don't know where you had a Sidekick. I mean, like from
don't forget Nextel.
Let's have the
Boost Mobile.
The Boost Mobile. I'm telling you, we're the most technologically. I'm not saying it right, but when it comes to technology, we can adapt.
Adapt to it.
Adapt so crazy.
As to as to whoever comes after us is already in it.
Exactly.
The first smartphone.
Besides what, you know what I mean?
What they know.
You guys remember the Android?
Yo.
The first Android that was straight with a little whoop?
But it was
With a
fire.
little- It was fire. It got hot as a motherfucker.
Yo.
I think it probably burned to the
That's
ground.
something that our generation.
Straight up,
that's
yo,
something that
bro, down.
our generation will like benefit from, like in
It's
that
true.
sense. You know what I'm
The
saying?
fact
Because
that
we're
we started
adaptable.
with
That thing, like
adaptable.
crazy change can happen, and we're with it.
We're like with
alright,
it,
cool.
yeah.
Before I
We're not
finish.
gonna freak out.
Before I
Let me hear
finish.
it, let me hear it. Let me hear it.
I just got like two more sentences, probably more than that. But like, it was a time where you could chat with somebody and there was no screenshots. What is
Yo. AIM.
Yo, it was AIM. It's like you could talk. You could always be like one-to-one with that person.
Yeah, man.
Mm-hmm.
Every single.
Now it's just you're just
now it's
scared.
like,
You're scared.
you know, if you're not in front of me, I ain't saying you're crazy, nigga.
Yo, yeah.
I say you're crazy.
Yo, just call me, bro. Call
You're
me.
not in front of me. You probably
Call
got
So
a
you can
screenshot.
save everything. Yeah, that's
Yo,
actually.
It's scary.
Yeah,
is.
it kind of makes you think about what
It's
you're
just like-
trying to say. I second guess everything now.
Yes.
Or I mean,
So
I do.
With
It's
certain-
worse than
with
that.
certain
we
people,
adapted through all that, and now our kids are being born to all this without even adapting to.
To
I mean, like,
anything.
there's things that obviously going to change.
Right.
Obviously, things are going to keep changing.
Right,
but
right, right.
I feel we took like hiccups. Boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
Now it's just a little upgrade.
Progression.
It's different.
Upgrade,
they're just gonna be
But it's
different
all-
from.
yeah.
It's
from
like
the
before
rest of
everybody
us.
died from cancer, now the rich people survive cancer and the
Yeah.
poor still die, but that's not,
That's another
That's
issue.
deep shit, but it's true.
Deep. Another some
Yeah.
some of the
I don't know
deep
where
shit.
that came out
They
of,
holding
Jason.
us
I'm
down.
sorry,
Now they
man.
holding us back. Let them know.
It's just a place of
Let 'em
darkness.
know.
Yeah, it all comes together.
Shit, man.
Anyways.
And there's anything you want to shout out, man?
Yeah, man. I want to shout out a few things. My girlfriend, her name is Maggie Kareen. Maggie Kareen Art. Check her out. She has her own business. She sells like customized wine glasses.
Oh, cool.
She's-
Bro,
Yeah.
like, I mean, sis.
Yeah, no, for real.
It doesn't go together.
It doesn't. But she's fire with everything. She holds me down. And shout out to my brother and my dad. They own a small dealership actually in Methuen called Oval Motors. It's like a small.
Shout out to Oval
No
Yeah, shout out
Motors.
to them and like those guys are my inspiration, man. They make me work hard and they make me want to be the man. They make me want to be a better man because they hold it down as fathers and as providers and as just people in general. Those are my
That's
my
what's
rocks,
up,
man.
man. Hell yeah, man.
Shout out to my
That's what I
mom.
like to
you
hear.
know?
Hey.
My mom Adriana, I love
And
you.
shout outs to your cousin Caesar.
And my cousin Caesar. and my cousin Andy doing his thing. He got an app coming out.
What?
It's called, no, I'm not. Yo, we making moves out here.
Jeez,
It's
yo,
called,
you
like-
guys are fire.
I'm gonna post it on my story soon, and y'all can see it because y'all follow me and follow him. It's almost like a Uber Eats type thing, but for like local, like around
Okay.
here. But it's like it's way more improved. I can't even describe
Like,
it.
I could get a bag of chips.
like
I
some
get
crazy.
water,
Yeah, you'll see. You'll check it out.
Fill in the
That's
blank.
awesome.
And some you don't even need to like, and you can call too, and like and it's just like a little robot. You tell them, yeah, I want this, I want that. Send it to this address, boom, and it goes. It's fire, bro.
Okay.
Shit.
So shout out to
That's
the
the
family.
next level. We
Yeah.
were trying to take that
Family.
system and
For real.
upgrade it. That's
Yeah,
what's
yeah.
up, man.
And shout out to y'all. Shout out to
Yo,
y'all for having
thank
me.
you very much, man. Yo, and Jason, thanks for coming, brother.
Thank you.
Yo,
Yeah.
this was
It was
a
very
pleasure.
fun. This is very
It was
fun.
nice. Have
man.
fun.
I appreciate it. I did too.
On L views.
Boom.
Oh, that was
That was
perfect.
cool.